Hello and welcome. My name is Frances Billinghurst and thank you for coming back to my channel. If this is your first time here, well then I bid thee welcome. In this video, I thought I would do another meditation of sorts, but also talk a little bit as to our Anahata chakra, our heart center, and why I feel it is important, especially at this time of the year, to maybe give ourselves a little bit of self-care and to do some work around our Anahata. Before I do, and I get carried away, I just want to firstly remove myself from screen as I acknowledge country. I acknowledge the Kaurna people of the Adelaide Plains, who are the traditional custodians of this land upon which I'm doing this recording. I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. So, Anahata, our heart center, or the chakra that governs our heart center. Now, the reason why I thought I would focus on this energetic system or center today is because Venus, the planet that governs love, relationships, money, finances, etc., is currently in retrograde. She's been in retrograde since the 19th of December last year, 2021. And she will continue being in retrograde until about the 29th of January. So when Venus is in retrograde, she's giving us the opportunity to reflect on, address, clear out areas in relation to relationships. That could be intimate relationships, our partner, spouse. It could be friendships. It could always mean also be business relationships. She also connects and rules money and finances. So our relationship to these areas will sort of, once they come under review, but will start being or needing our attention, our thought, so we can start addressing how we perceive these things. Anahata, our heart center, governs compassion, generosity, trust, openness, self-love, and also intimate relationships as well. And considering the last 2 years we've gone through, we may be finding ourselves in a situation where we're not as generous, we're not as trusting, we're not as open to information or to other people as we may have been prior to the last 2 years. So that's another reason why I thought we might just talk about Anahata for a moment. Anahata is also the middle of our energetic system of all the chakras. So it governs, or it's the mediator between the 3 lower chakras. This is Muladhara at the base, Swadhisthana and Manipura at our solar plexus, and the 3 upper chakras, which are Vishuddha, Anjana, and Sarasvara at the crown. The 3 lower chakras are largely connected with our physical, mundane plane. They connect us with our groundedness, our security, our needs, and our wants, while the higher chakras are about receiving, self-love, and connection with spirit. So when Venus is in retrograde, we may find ourselves sort of pulling or being pulled between these 2 areas in our lives, between the mundane and the needs and our wants, and also our connection to spirit, to the divine, to however we want to perceive that, and being open to receive our needs and our wants. It also connects us with our what's called our soul self, or our originating sort of spark that incarnates with us through each lifetime. And it's from this little spark, or our soul self, that we receive our life force, our zest, our passion, and our sense of balance and peace. So Venus in retrograde may be bringing up areas or the ideas, or even making us to reflect on how balanced and at peace we are, how much passion do we feel about things, or are we giving up or feel like there's no point at the moment? So when we start to lose this connection, this peace, this zest for life, this is when the heavier lessons in Venus starts to stir, and when we find that our heart center is actually out of balance. So signs that our heart center is actually out of balance can be that we're emotionally cut off, or have the need to actually push people away. We almost sort of self-sabotage our relationships. We become overly critical of our own self, or also those of other people. We tend to have an inability also to receive abundance and support from other people. We're beginning to lose trust in the state of humanity. We're into our 3rd year now. So yes, some of us are beginning to feel that way, and in the world in general. In doing so, we start feeling very withdrawn and isolated from other people, and with lockdowns and having to look after our own health, it can certainly be leading to that way as we begin to draw more and more inwards. And we also hold on out of fear in sort of toxic or unsuitable relationships, because we have this fear of loss or even being alone. So we put this need of belonging over what could actually be energetically or even spiritually better for ourselves. So we're going to focus on healing our heart center, focusing on Anahata during this Venus retrograde. And this is something that you could come back to, do it at a regular basis, put it into your daily practice if you have one, because it's not all that hard, difficult, or time consuming. Just taking little steps of self-care as we go along. First point is to remember to focus on your needs, not only the needs of other people, but also your own needs. It's like the old axiom, healer, heal thyself. In order for you to look after other people, you need to be in tip-top condition yourself. So when you're making plans, make sure that you schedule in some time for you, or you do something especially to treat yourself. It's not selfish, it's selfness. If you're holding any blame, regardless of what the situation is, whose fault it is, just release it. And that also includes your own self. This is an act of forgiveness. And when our heart is blocked, we'll often project our emotions onto other people as opposed to looking in. It's very easy to blame somebody else or something else for things that aren't working in our lives. But sometimes we need to sort of turn our focus a little bit inward and try to understand whether we are actually projecting our own issues, our own dissatisfaction onto others. If the reason why we're not getting anything with things that we want is actually because we're self-sabotaging our own direction. Allow yourself acceptance and forgiveness. This is a big part, is that a lot of people, including myself, is that we don't practice self-worth. We don't forgive ourselves. We all make mistakes. No one is perfect. And we need to almost do this on a regular basis to just sit and honestly forgive ourselves. Again, this all happens and helps opening up our heart chakra and learning or accepting that often we're projecting our own dis-ease and dissatisfaction onto other people, and we're seeing situations through our own lenses. It could also help if we feel that we have stagnant emotions still build up in our heart center as well. Accept, forgive, and release. Very important messages as Venus is in retrograde. And then through that, we can move on to self-love, self-acceptance, being a little bit more kinder to ourselves, being honest with ourselves, realizing, as I said, we're not perfect. No one's meant to be perfect, but we are all worthy of love, and especially love from our own selves. Coming back to our body, coming back to our physical self, and also tapping into our energetic or spiritual self as well. Try and respond with kindness and compassion. Sometimes it's best not to engage in a conversation if we know that it's going to be heated, that the person maybe that we're engaging in is not easily swayed, or we may not even be all that easily swayed. Maybe take note, or try and, before you respond, wonder, are you able to be kinder? Can you bring some light, some clarity to a situation? Can you be a little bit compassionate and put yourself in someone else's shoes before you reinforcing your own opinion? Sometimes it's not easy, but sometimes it can actually help not only heal a situation, but also at this present point in time, heal and help our own Anahata. Another lesson is sometimes we need to walk away. If something's not working out for us, it's not beneficial, sometimes we just need to walk away. It's not a sign of failure or defeat. Lots of times it's for our own self-preservation. So I'm just going to remove myself from the screen, just wanting you to get yourself into a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you feel safe. And if you don't want to do that, you can gaze at the image on the screen with the heart made from rose petals, the rose quartzes placed around it, the 2 selenite sticks activating from the heart center, and taking a couple of deep breaths slowly into the diaphragm, in through the nose, and as you release out through the mouth. You may wish to place a hand on your heart center and feel your chest rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Each breath taking you down into Anahata, your heart center, located in the middle of your chest, the middle of your energetic system, the place that connects you with the mundane and the spiritual realms. And as you inhale and exhale, in your mind's eye, visualize, imagine this big pink heart made from rose petals. And as you continue to inhale and exhale. See, sense, feel the energy of the soft rose beginning to enter to permeate your own physical being. Soft, nurturing, nourishing energy moving through into your own heart center, Anahata. And as you inhale and exhale, the delicate pink energy begins to expand throughout your body, into your cells, moving along the meridians or nadis, into the minor chakras in your hands and soles of your feet, engulfing you with this calming, healing, peaceful energy. Allowing each breath to sink you down deeper and deeper into your heart center. And as you exhale, see, feel, imagine your heart expanding, opening. And as it expands, carrying away any fear, pain, stagnant energy that surrounds your heart. As you inhale, bringing in that pure, subtle, pink, healing energy. As you exhale, carrying away things that no longer serve you. Old emotional attachments, old fears, old pains. Releasing them. Breathing in Anahata, the green energy. Exhaling the unwanted. Continue deep breathing, imagining all your fears, burdens, and pains being taken away, being released, dissolving. And as you do, you feel an openness, a lightness, a trust from your heart center. The glow of Anahata being revitalized as you allow love back into your life, as you allow compassion back into your life, as you allow yourself to trust and to know what it's like to be supported by your higher consciousness, your higher self, the divine in all its many shapes, sizes, and guises. And as you continue to inhale and exhale, say to yourself, I love myself. I love all those around me. I know I live in a loving world. I am love. You are love. We all are love. Allow that feeling of unconditional love, compassion, openness, trust. Feel your being. And when you're ready, bring your hands into prayer position just before your breath, your chest, and give thanks to your higher consciousness, your higher self, for being here and present. There is a real calling at this time for all of us to open up our heart chakra, to bring in more love, compassion, and understanding in the world. We've gone through at least 2 very intense years. It has brought to the forefront a number of shadows on a more of a worldly connective consciousness that maybe we did not want to admit. We may even be embarrassed to acknowledge. And I'm not here to pass any judgment. We are all on our own individual journey. However, we need not to lose sight that we are all interconnected energetically, consciously, even if we don't truly believe it. Our actions, our words, our thoughts, our social media posts do affect other people, adding to a group consciousness. In magical circles, we call this an egregore. And I feel it is important at this stage as we enter a new year. And there's big shifts happening again astrologically, that we don't lose sight of what is ultimately important. And that is probably the underlying, I would say, foundation of being human, is our compassion, of opening up Anahata, our heart centers, to help affect and change the world and shape the world around us in a more positive way, a more loving way. And we all need to step up, I think, move back in so we can help continue to raise and support those around us in whatever little way that we can. And on my part, this is why I'm offering these free meditations. Maybe they will resonate with some people and be what people need. So many blessings for the new year, and